Some of you who follow me on Instagram might have heard the bad news, or on Facebook may have heard the bad and sad news. I had to say goodbye to my 2005 GMC Envoy. This was a vehicle that over the last 7 years it's been in my family. I got it when it was 10 years old with 100,000 miles on it. Bought it for $3,500, and I've loved this vehicle. A lot of memories. This is what I got started in my snow removal business with. This is what I got started with when I started landscaping. This pulled my first. This pulled the. It was the first one to pull the Harbor Freight Special trailer, and it holds a lot of memories for me. What happened was is my wife's car was due for replacement, and I needed a truck. So I was able to get a good deal on a truck, getting it with the family discount. And so what she did is she started driving my Envoy, and we replaced her car. And I was doing some work under, or I was looking to do some work underneath the Envoy, gauging to see what I would have to do. I was going to replace the fuel nozzle. I wanted to see how easy or difficult of a job it was going to be. As I was under there, I was noticing the frame is rusting, and this is right where parts for the rear suspension connect. And it was like 3/4 of the way gone. I had about a quarter left on one of the parts, and I sat there and looked at it and said, this thing's not going to last the winter. Now, if it was just me driving it, I would just go ahead and drive it until the wheels fell off, quite literally. But it's not just me. My wife's driving this thing on a regular basis. This is technically her car now, and my son's always in it. And I don't want that to happen when my wife's driving it, and I don't want it to happen even when I'm driving it with my wife or my son in the car. So I made a difficult decision that it was time to give up on the Envoy even before it was really completely dead. So it was sad. It was a very, very sad time. But with every sad time, there's also an opportunity for a very happy time. So we've purchased a new vehicle, and I tried to do this video out in the driveway in front of the new vehicle. However, the camera was giving me a lot of issues, and my wife needed to take the car somewhere to take my son to his ninja class. And so I didn't really get much, but I'll pop up this video now of the new car. It is a 2015 Chevy Traverse. So it's the same class the Envoy was in. This one has an extended wheelbase, so it has a third row seating. I did not pick this car. My wife picked this car. The only guidelines I gave her were I needed a vehicle that would tow up to 3,000 pounds and try to get it as best a gas mileage as she could find in a vehicle that she liked. She found this one online. She liked it. To give you a little point of view, the Envoy, like I said, which was in the exact same class when I bought it 7 years ago. It was a 2005, 10 years old, just had over 100,000 miles when I got it. And it was $3,500. This vehicle, which actually came from a dealer instead of private seller like I did before, so you can kind of chalk a little bit up for that. But this one was $14,000, just over 100,000 miles, although it's only 7 years old. So that should tell you where car prices are right now. But it was one of those things I had to pull the trigger now. I really I couldn't wait anymore. So we decided to pull the trigger on this vehicle. My wife liked it. I did not find anything too terribly wrong with it. I was looking at the Carfax. There was some maintenance done to it. There was some oil changes. They actually got new tires at the dealer on this vehicle. There was 500 miles like on the tires. Everything really checked out. There is a little bit of an issue, and I think after looking at the Carfax and everything, the issue is it hasn't had a tune-up in its life. I think that if I just replace some of the spark plugs, it should be okay. I haven't pulled the spark plugs out yet to take a look at them, but there's an issue where, when you start slowing down, it kind of starts to die off, and I'm just wondering if it's just an issue with either a coil or, like I said, the spark plugs are bad, or something of that nature. I haven't done any compression checks or anything like that to really look at it just yet, but whatever it is, I'm stuck with it at this point. Well, I guess I got a few days to send it back at this point too if things don't really check out. But I was trying to do that today, and then it started raining. But it's just been one thing after another. I did get a lot done today though. Did my overseeding finally after corrorating my lawn. Got the grass mowed. Taught my son how to use the lawnmower. So lot of things got done. Trailer set up for mulch tomorrow. I'm still in my winter season, or my spring services. I still have to get all of my winter stuff, my snow removal stuff out and ready out to customers so that they can review it and that kind of thing and see what comes back. I am doing a rate increase this year, so I'm a little nervous about that. And I'm waiting to get back from my wife because I sent out the letter to her to proofread. And, it's one of the few things I can get her to do with the business is proofread and check things. Any opportunity she has to tell me I do something wrong, she wants it. That's a joke. Come on. I'm not picking on my wife that hard. Although, any opportunity, pretty much. So, it's been a crazy, hectic week. Friday, we bought the car. Today's Sunday. And it's a pretty nice vehicle. Like I said, it does tow up to 3,000 pounds. It does have the trailer package on it, so it has a hitch already on it. I did test out the hitch today. I needed to get the mower off the trailer so I could set it up for mulch tomorrow. And all the lights seem to work, so that's a plus. It doesn't even look like they ever had a hitch in there. I mean, you look on the inside square, it's like perfect paint inside of it, so I don't even think they used it. It was probably one of those deals where it's like, well, if you go with the tow package, we can get you the car today. Okay, I'll do that, kind of a thing, when they first bought it. But it's just been a kind of an interesting thing. One of the things me and my wife were fighting about, they have the front windows, they added tint to it, and we're fighting over. She's like, "Oh, I really like it." And I'm like, "I really hate it. It's hard to see out of them." But so we're gonna be discussing that a little bit further. I think whether that we keep or stay. I kind of don't want to take it off because I know how big of a mess it is, but I kind of do because I kind of hate it. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. Maybe you want to chime in the comments. Should I keep the tint or should I get rid of the tint on the front windows? I don't know. Let me know. But it kind of stinks because I was saving up money to try to get a new mower for next season. Well, that went to a down payment on a new car instead. So I did not want to pull the trigger on a new car just because of the timing is just really bad, as you can see from car pricing and everything else. Even though they are beginning to go down, they're still way up there. And, it was just what I could deal with at the time. So I mean, I've been pretty impressed with it. It's a V6 front wheel drive. I was not happy about that. I was hoping for something with four wheel, but it's probably better for my wife because on the Envoy, it got bumped into four low and she couldn't figure out what was going on. But she just took my son to soccer practice, took it down the road about 50 miles per hour in four low, and couldn't figure out why things weren't working until it stopped working. Then she figured out, oh, the four wheel drive was left on. Beautiful sunny day. So it's probably better it doesn't have four-wheel drive because I don't really require the four-wheel drive with that because I have it in the truck. That's what I really need the four-wheel drive in to get through the snow. So it's probably better off. As long as I get some decent tires, like I said, it's front-wheel drive, traction control. It should be fine for the amount we're going to have to drive it in the snow. And typically it'll be able to wait until the snowstorm's over. But overall, I've been fairly happy with the vehicle. It's got all kinds of fun new features on it that my wife really likes, like the moonroof, and I can't wait for that to start leaking. I'm trying to think of what other things. It's got XM radio right now, and because we got it from the dealer, it's still active, and I told her to enjoy it now because when that expires, we're not upping it. And she looked up how much it was, and she's like, no, we're not getting a subscription. I'll just deal with my Pandora. And so it's interesting because the Bluetooth works to answer phone calls, but it doesn't, you can't use it to play music at all on the radio. So I don't know if I want to just put in a new head unit. Again, go ahead, comment, tell me what you think. Should I put in a new head unit, or should I just, have her plug the USB port thing in there so she can listen to her Pandora on the radio? A lot of question marks. Like I said, I'm open to suggestions. I'm still gonna do what I want to do with it because it's my car. Okay, it's not your car, it's my car. But if you want to throw out your 2 cents, I'm more than happy to listen to it because, like I said, I'm still trying to make decisions and that kind of thing with it. Right now, I just want to get those plugs pulled and take a look at them and see what happens. To tell you what's going on with the new season coming up, yeah, there's going to be a new season coming up. So what I do for a lot of the repair videos is I tape them throughout the year. I edit them pretty much all at the same time, so I can release them the same day every week for however many. Usually it's 16. When I get 16 videos, I start editing, and when I get a good amount of editing done, I start posting them and scheduling them, and I put one out every single week of a new and repair video from throughout the year. So season 3 has been taped. I mean, I think I got like 18 videos right now instead of 16, but I'm only going to probably do 16 and throw the next one in the next season, or maybe I'll just cut some of them out. There was one of them with the Envoy that I think it's the only one I did with the Envoy, and I kind of want to throw that one in there as the homage to the Envoy. Yeah, I love that car. I had to replace in a water pump, but I was having some big issues with video, so we'll see what happens, what I decide to do with that. But maybe we'll get the Traverse in there fairly soon. Maybe I'll do some video with the spark plugs. But I got a lot of video coming up, and suspension work on the truck. A lot of vehicle stuff this season. Not so much dealing with a lot of the small engines, but we're going to be dealing a lot with the bigger engines and a lot of the chassis work and things like that. I'm trying to think of what else was there that I had on in the video lineup. We're interrupting this program to give you this special news bulletin. If you like this content, I'm asking that you please like and subscribe to the channel and maybe leave some nice words of encouragement in the comment section. Thank you. We now return back to our regularly scheduled programming. We got some plow maintenance. Oh, the button gearbox. Yeah, the button's back in the game. We got 2 of them on the button. We will have something for the lawn air as well. That's actually happening. That just happened just this past week. I'm going to have a video coming up on core aeration, dealing with my core aeration season, how crazy that's been. The lawn air has not been good to me. That Predator has not been good to me. I'll just give you that little spoiler right there. I've been working on trying to do a series, and this one's probably going to be mixed up within the season. This first one's going to probably come in with the season, but I'm hoping to do other ones on dealing with electric equipment and how to implement that into your company or into your lawn care service. And everything you kind of need to know about that pertaining to dollars and cents. How much is it actually going to cost you? How to figure out how much it's costing you. Figuring out how do you obtain the batteries at a good rate. How what kind of equipment you're going to actually want to look at getting first. What kind of equipment you're going to need to get, or not need necessarily to get, but what equipment you probably want to start with, and what kind of stuff you want to go into after that. And it's all worked into how do you obtain those batteries, and I might even do some instruction how to use this stuff in an effective way, because it is different than gas. It is very different, and I shouldn't say very different, but it is different than gas, and you have to kind of change your habits when you go from gas to electric. So I'll probably do a video on that, and I just wanted to do kind of a whole series and set up a playlist of just stuff dealing with the electric equipment and try to get everything you guys are going to need to know about making a transition from gas to electric equipment if that's what you want to do. But ultimately I want to get into the real nitty gritty, the nuts and bolts of the electric equipment. And if you need to implement that into your business or want to implement it into your business, I'll talk to you about why I use what I use. You can see I got this came off of the Ryobi string trimmers, or the electric equipment we repaired. I had some extra parts. That's what that's from. But I use Ryobi. I'm going to talk about why I use Ryobi. I recently bought a new piece of Ryobi equipment. I'm going to talk about why I bought that particular piece of equipment. I'm going to talk about the differences between the types of equipment and the companies that use them. Because in my opinion, there's like 3 different categories of equipment, of electric equipment to buy. And one of the things I do, if you notice, because recently it's been a lot of me sitting here in the chair talking to you, giving you business advice and that kind of thing. These videos are very easy to do. That's why I do them. They're very easy to do. I can turn them around quickly. I can get them up when I'm in the heat of the season, trying to record everything for the mow season, trying to get all my landscaping work done, and trying to get everything done for taped and everything for the maintenance season as it's coming along. And these problems are arising. That's one of the reasons why I kind of push that off, because that takes a little bit more to edit. These are pretty easy to edit. I can get them up there and still give you guys content. And that's what I'm out to do. I want to give you guys content, keep posting, and let you know that I'm still around. So that's one of the reasons why I do a lot of these, I guess you can say, fireside chats or whatever you want to call them. These little chats about just business, about life, about things in general, is because they're really easy to edit. So that's what's coming up in a nutshell. That's my vehicle stories. Let me know what you think of my recent purchase. Maybe there's some known issues that I need to know. I ripped my sweatshirt on a weed whip over here, and I'm noticing that the lining's coming. Oh no, that's that went all the way through. Yeah, I thought there was a liner in here. There's not. So I gotta buy a new sweatshirt. All kinds of crazy things happening. So this is what's my life has been like in a nutshell. Just trying to keep posted with you guys. Let me know what you think of my new ride. Do you like it? Do you not like it? You like the pearl white? I've had white cars in the past. I had several, actually. I had 2 Saturn. I had a Saturn, and my Corsica was white. I always loved white cars because you never had to wash them. Believe it or not. Yeah, people are like, oh, white's going to get so dirty. No. White will get dirty, don't get me wrong, but you never see it. You never notice it on white. Black cars, bam, you will see it in a heartbeat. You got to constantly be washing those. White cars, you can let them go forever, and you barely ever see the dirt. But it's a nice little pearl white. My wife hates white cars, so it was really surprised me that she picked that one, but she really likes the color on this one, probably because it's a little different. She was getting really sick of silver cars. Those were really popular for a long time. My dad, every car he wanted was silver after a while. It used to be red, and then it was silver. His midlife crisis color was red. He wanted like the little, like they get to look like little red sports cars or whatever. So then he got a little red sports car, and then he just kind of faded. He went into the silver. Matter of fact, my truck is gray because that was the closest he could get to silver. But we'll see how long this lasts. I got to get some seat covers for the back seat before my son makes a mess out of them. And without that, I will see you next time.